Hello everyone, let's look into an easy DI set which is completely based upon arithmetic. So if you are good at arithmetic, you can solve this very easily. The question is, Telomia Incorporations manufactures and sells 4 different type of products: pens, pencils, markers and sketch pens for rupees 30, rupees 10, rupees 40 and rupees 25 per unit respectively. It costs the company rupees 10, rupees 6, rupees 25 and rupees 20 per unit respectively to manufacture each type of product. The total revenue of the company is calculated as sum of the products of the price per unit and the number of units sold of each type. The total cost of the company is calculated as the sum of the products of the cost per unit and the number of units sold of each type. The profit percentage of the company is calculated as the profit of the company as a percentage of the total cost of the company. So we have 3 terms over here: total revenue, total cost and profit. Now we have the total revenue here, which is the sum of product of the SP and the number of units that were sold. Then we have the total cost with us, which is equal to the cost price per unit and the number of units that were manufactured. And finally we have the profit, which is always total revenue minus total cost. So we have tried to put the selling price per unit and cost price per unit of each product into the table here. Now the first question is, if during a particular year the number of units of pens, pencils, markers and sketch pens sold by Telomia Incorporations are in the ratio 1, 2, 3, 4, what is the profit percentage of the company for this year? Now the number of units of the products given are in the ratio 1, ratio 2, ratio 3, ratio 4. So let us assume that 1 pen was sold, 2 pencils were sold, 3 markers were sold and 4 sketch pens were sold. So that means 1 pen was manufactured, 2 pencils were manufactured, 3 markers were manufactured and 4 sketch pens were manufactured. So the total revenue or the total selling price here will be 30 into 1, that means 30, plus 10 into 2, that means 20, plus 40 into 3, that means 120, plus 25 into 4, that means 100, which gives us 270. Then total cost will be 1 into 10, that means 10, plus 6 into 2, that means 12, plus 25 into 3, that means 75, plus 20 into 4, that means 80. So the total cost here will be 177 rupees. So the profit here will be nothing but the difference of 270 and 177, and it will be equal to 93. So the profit percent here will be 93 upon total cost, which was 177 into 100, which will be equal to 52.54%. So the correct answer will be option C. Now let us solve the second question. So the second question is, if during a particular year the revenue of Telomia Incorporation from the sales of pens, pencils, markers and sketch pens were in the ratio 1 to 4, 5, what is the profit percentage of Telomia Incorporations for this year? So we have to bring the revenues of pens, pencils, markers and sketch pens in the ratio 1 to 4, 5. So let us assume that if 1 pen was sold, then the revenue from 1 pen would be 30. And now let us find the number of pencils so that the revenue from pen and pencils becomes 1:2. So if this is 30, then to make the ratio 1:2, we have to make the revenue from pencils 60. So we'll have to buy 6 pencils. Similarly, to continue the ratio as 1:2:4 among pen, pencil and markers, what we have to do is we have to make the price of markers as 120. So the number of markers will be 3. So finally the ratio of revenues of pen, pencils, markers and sketch pens must be 1:2:4:5. So the revenue from the sketch pens must be, so that the ratio of revenue remains 1:2:4:5. So we'll have to buy 6 sketch pens. So that means 1 pen was manufactured, 6 pencils were manufactured, 3 markers were manufactured and 6 sketch pens were manufactured. So total revenue in this case will be 30 plus 60 90, 90 plus 120 210, 210 and 150 gives us 360. And the total cost here will be 10 plus 36 46, 46 plus 75 gives us plus 75 gives us 121, 121 plus 120 gives us 241. So the profit here will be 119 and total cost is 241. So when we calculate the profit percent here, we get 49.38%. So the correct answer will be option A. Now the third question is, if during a particular year the number of units of pen, pencils and markers sold by Telomia Incorporations are in the ratio 1:3:5 and the company made a profit percentage of 35%, what is the ratio of the number of sketch pens sold to the number of markers sold? So we have to find out the ratio of sketch pens sold to the number of markers sold. So if 1 pen was sold, 3 pencils were sold and 5 markers were sold. So let us assume number of sketch pens sold will be X. Similarly, 1 pen will be manufactured, 3 pencils will be manufactured, 5 markers will be manufactured and X sketch pens will be manufactured. So the total revenue here will be 30 plus 30, which gives us 60, 60 plus 200 gives us 260. So 260 plus 25x will be the total revenue. The total cost here will be 10 plus 18 28, 28 plus 125 153 plus 20x. So the total profit here will be total revenue minus total cost. So that will be 107 plus 5x, and we have been given that the total profit percent here is 35%. So profit percent here will be 107 plus 5x upon total cost, which is 153 plus 20x into 100, that will be equals to 35%. Now you can solve this equation and find out the value of x from here. So that will be the number of sketch pens, and when we'll put the value of sketch pens over here and we'll calculate the ratio of number of sketch pens and markers, we get option D as the answer. You can solve it yourself. Now the last question is, during a particular year the total revenue of Telomia Incorporations was rupees 21 million and Telomia Incorporation sold an equal number of pens, pencils, markers and sketch pens. So what is the total number of markers that Telomia Incorporation sold? Now since equal number of units of pen, pencils, markers and sketch pens are sold, so let us assume that 1 unit of each is sold. Now total revenue given to us is 21 million, that means 21 into 10 to the power 6, and the selling price of 1 unit each of pen, pencil, markers and sketch pens will be 30 plus 10 plus 40 plus 25 from here. So that gives us 105. So selling price of 1 unit of each of pen, pencil, markers and sketch pens is 105. Total revenue is 21 into 10 to the power 6. So the number of units sold will be total revenue, that means 21 into 10 to the power 6 upon 105. So that gives us 2 into 10 to the power 5. That means option A will be the correct answer to this question. So this was a very easy set, totally based upon arithmetics. So I hope you understood the solution to these questions. Thank you.